Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're doing another speed build, of course, and this is actually a replica speed build, I guess. So you'll see on the left, I have a sized up Victorian dollhouse that's just under the toy section for kids, and I'm basically trying to do an exact replica. So this is actually the second time I'm recording this voiceover because the first time I did the whole recording and then it decided it wasn't going to pick up my voice at all. Just no sound. So that sucks, but it's okay. We're back and we're going to do it again. So here you'll see it's really big right now. So I do size this down. It was just too big. I was just kind of trying to decide on how big I wanted to make the replica, I guess. So like times 2, times 3, whatever, um, and whatnot. So you'll actually see that right now the dollhouse is the one with the blue siding and the pink roof, but I do end up changing it so it's based off of the one with the pink siding and the blue roof. Did I say that in the right order? I always feel like I don't, but I think I did. So you might notice now or later that the middle section looks too wide, and that's because it is too wide. So I build the whole house and finish it this wide, and at the end you'll see me go back and make the middle piece smaller. And I make it smaller not just to make it smaller, but proportion-wise it just wasn't right uh, in matching the dollhouse. So at first look I thought that the pieces beside the stair were the same size as like half of the square piece to the left, if that makes sense. But it wasn't. It was only half of that. So basically, at the end, you'll see me go in and I just move it. I guess I make the metal piece 2 squares less wide, if that makes sense to you. And this actually was pretty difficult to do if you're looking right now at the circular piece because you can't do circles in Sims. So I used an octagon and did the best that I could, but obviously it doesn't look exactly the same for that part. But overall, I think it turned out pretty identical, pretty close to the actual dollhouse. And also for the windows were meant to be all white, but there were no, what are they called? Like the windows with the little circular piece at the top. There was none that were just pure white. So it was either like brown, white and brown, or white and blue, I think were the options. So that's also part of the reason why I changed the color of the house. And I use, sorry, I can't speak. I use the white and blue to kind of match the roof a little bit. And actually, the sim living here, I did name Barbie. Barbie doll is their full name, I guess. So I do actually make this house livable. So instead of doing the back open like a dollhouse would be with the just little square compartments, I do close off the back and make it a livable house. You won't see any of the interior in this video because I decided to split up the videos. So this video is just on the exterior, the backyard, like the landscaping and all that. And the interior will be in another video coming soon. I've already filmed it and everything. I just have to edit it and everything and then put it up after this one. So, what else was I gonna say? I forget now. Oh yeah, so for the top, the fencing part, so I could do the fencing where you see it just square, but for the fencing kind of pieces along the top of the roof, I didn't have anything that could replicate that, I guess. So I'm only using the city living pack and the base pack, just like base game. It's not a pack, sorry. Um, so I don't have many options. I think in I forget what pack it is, maybe the Get Together, there are more pieces to add to the roof. So if you did have that and you were trying to recreate this as well, then you could get a more accurate, I guess, finish. And I don't use any custom content, just so everyone knows. Yeah, I only use custom content for my Sims. I keep my builds to the base game, or I guess now I have the City Living Pack, so I use the City Living Pack as well. And you'll see I actually did a green roof because the blue roof looked really gray, almost black, and it looked too dark in my opinion. Um, so I wanted to keep it a little bit lighter and do the green roof because it does have kind of a bluish tinge, maybe, sorta. And I was pretty indecisive on this roof piece because I couldn't get the shape perfect, of course, because there are limited roof options. So I do end up just keeping it a little bit shorter and have I finished the siding there with the pink. I remember Sims 3 had so many options for roofs. Roofs? I don't know. What is it? Roofs or roofs? I don't know. Either way, Sims 4 doesn't seem to have many options for the roof. So I did the best that I could, and I think, yeah, I think it turned out pretty good. The only thing, I obviously couldn't do the round piece fully round, but yeah, the roof was a struggle. And since I don't build my houses a lot, like the actual shape. If you see my other videos, I like to fix up or renovate kind of old houses or pre-existing houses. So this was a challenge for me because I had to build everything from scratch, and also the landscaping wasn't there, so I had to do all that myself. And if you watched my last video, I said that I'm bad at it and I don't usually do it. So I thought this was perfect video to do next because I actually challenged myself to do the landscaping, and I don't think it turns out too bad actually. I was pretty proud with it. I probably could have added more to the landscaping. I kept it pretty simple, but yeah. So actually, I'm struggling with the patio here because you can't do different heights. So on the dollhouse, this side patio is a little bit lower than the front patio or deck or whatever you want to call it. Um, and obviously you can't do different heights for the build, so I had to keep it just the same. And that even applies if you're doing a different house on the lot. So let's say you do two houses on the lot. It doesn't matter. The foundation height will affect both houses. Yeah, so you'll see at the side here, there's meant to be a little grass area with a fence. And I do add the fence in first, but when I go back, I get rid of it. Because basically at first I'm just making the house exact replica, and then I go in and make it more livable and kind of more realistic. So I add in the landscaping, the backyard, and whatnot. So I'm doing a pool because in the dollhouse, what was I going to say? So in the dollhouse at the back, there is a little square pool, but I didn't want to just make it rectangle. So right now I'm trying to add in this kind of waterfall theme you'll see. And I kind of do like a beachy theme at the back. I don't know if I already said that because I've already done this voiceover. But so I was kind of thinking like Malibu Barbie. And I do make the pool a cooler shape, not just rectangle, because that was just too boring. So I do make it just, it's not like a specific calculated shape, it's just random, whatever I thought. And I just did it. So the only regret for this pool is I wish I did the rocks on the left side instead of the right, because the stairs of the side patio will end up coming out right kind of where those rocks are. So it's kind of annoying. Like I just feel like it blocked the way out a little bit. But I honestly didn't want to have to move that all to the left side once I noticed that because I'm lazy, okay? I'll just say it. Yeah, so I actually do add a pool shed kind of thing you'll see coming up soon. And I'm really excited about that. I thought it turned out really cool. I've never done like a little pool shed before, which is, I mean, I can't believe I haven't done that, but yeah. So I just thought about it, and obviously the Barbie living here is rich because this is a big house, okay? And you'll see here I go in and add a little kind of seating area, like patio by the pool. And I do even add in a little roofed area to give this area shade. And you'll see I do add in some windows on this back wall too, but I think I do go in and change those once I actually do the interior. So I can't remember if I said it, but the interior is going to be in a different video. So this is just the exterior, so you can kind of see how I did the replication. And since the inside isn't based off any replication or anything, I wanted to keep it in a separate video. And here I'm just adding a little grill area, and this is where the door will lead outside. And I wanted to do a little seating area kind of by this grill, but I decided not to. I decided just to keep it strictly for when they're making food outside and whatnot, and that because the seating area is already by the pool, so no one's gonna sit there. And I do add a little table and add all like the utensils, just to, I don't know. So here I go in and add lights, even though the dollhouse doesn't have lights in the actual dollhouse, but I wanted it to be bright for nighttime because I could imagine them having like night parties and whatnot by the pool. And come on, when do I put in this house? I thought it was now. So in the front you'll see I don't do the beachy theme. I keep it to just regular trees and flowers and whatnot. I just wanted to have that beachy theme for the backyard. Okay, here it is. Here's where I add the little pool house. So basically what I have here is I just make it kind of look the same as the dollhouse, and then I add in a bathroom and a little like storage area where they would keep all like their gardening stuff and whatnot. Sorry, got a little tickle. So yeah, so left side is a bathroom, and you'll see that I keep all accents and decorations pink. I thought about doing different colors because the dollhouse obviously has each square usually is a different color, but I decided not to because the specific sim living here is supposed to be a Barbie, so I just imagined everything being pink for this this Barbie. So you actually won't see now, you'll see in the next video if you watch it. But yeah, so even out here I just keep everything pink. And in the open area, kind of before the bathroom and the storage area, I do add a little seating area. Like, I don't know if they would ever use that realistically, but I just wanted to fill the space, and also maybe if they're waiting someone to finish the shower. And I made sure to fill the bathroom with a lot of towels and stuff. Just figured towels for your guests, and then a hamper so they can toss them in there once they're done. Oh, and I also wanted to say thank you if you're one of my new subscribers, or existing, or just anyone watching. I recently got 7, I think, new subscribers, which is quite a bit since I started making my Sims videos. Well, quite a bit for me, probably not for most people, but I appreciate you guys, so thank you for taking the time to subscribe to me and watch my videos. I'll continue to make them if you guys want to see them. And if you have any suggestions, always feel free to comment. I'll answer everything. I read everything. If you've subscribed recently, I probably have noticed because I check unless you have it set so it's private. Then I obviously can't see who you are. But if you are a new subscriber, I have noticed you. So thank you. So here's the front. I keep the front pretty just like traditional, I guess, in the landscaping. Just simple flowers, and I love doing this little rock thing around the edges of trees and your little flower areas. I just think it I don't know what the word would be, just makes it a little bit more neat, and like it was put there on purpose, not just random flowers everywhere. And I kind of add these trees in to give privacy to the backyard without actually making a fence. I just feel like, especially for a lot this big, adding a fence would just look like just too much fence. So I just wanted to add these big trees for privacy. I do end up adding another tree, you'll see. And I was very picky on this siding of the pathway up because I wanted something to divide it, but I wasn't sure what. So you'll see here basically my thought process. And I do end up going with these square like hedges. Oh, and by the way, putting tile down and using the terrain does not work anymore. So that's just a Sims 3, Sims 2 thing. right now you just have to have a steady hand, basically. Use the square tool and don't mess up. So this is when I move the house over, kind of just by 2. And I do end up cutting out the part where I redo the hedges because that takes a while. But I will show you me moving over the flowers and whatnot, just so you can see the full process. And what else? Yeah, so we're pretty much getting to the end here. I do have videos for you at the end, and hopefully you'll stay tuned for the interior build. I just have one last thing to show you guys if we get to it that I want to talk about. Once I move all this, why didn't I skip over this? I don't know. So here, I'll skip over. And you see at the side here, I thought about moving the house, but I decided not to because I didn't want to move everything again. So here I kind of add in a driveway. And you may be thinking there's no cars in Sims 4. That's kind of dumb. But this is a Barbie. She can have a toy car. So I basically just sized up the toy cars. I think lots of people do this, so it's nothing new, but I did like how it turned out. And she has 2 cars, okay? Not just one. One person, she needs 2 cars, okay? Thanks for watching. Bye.